Hello, everyone! Welcome to the Forest of Memories. I am Zaruk, your guardian, your high remembrancer, and your arbiter. I hope you all didn't get lost on your way here today. But if you did, well, I'm glad you're here now. As always, it is Friday, which means we're going back to the Western Front in the Great War. But this is the War Crime Challenge, where the only weapons and tactics I can use are those that would be deemed illegal thanks to the Geneva Convention of 1928. We're going to be breaking all the rules today. But before we get started, some last minute things. As always, if you're watching this on the VOD, hi, I'm Zaruk. I stream every day, usually from 6 to 9 or 6 to 10 p.m. So you can check me out at twitch.tv/ZarukWincaller. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter so you can know what my updates are and to see me shitpost and also promote other VTubers, not at the same time, you can hit !social and get a link there. And finally, if you'd like to get a link to the VOD channel so you could see all the previous streams we've done and see how I've improved, at least I hope I have, in the last year, then hit !YouTube in the chat. That'll give you a link to that. But without further... Oh, and we also have you... I think if you look down below in the About section, I'll have a command list. These include !model, which will give you details and a Twitter link to my model mom, Amalthea VT. So, yeah, there's a lot to do. But, without further ado, let us begin. There are crimes against humanity that need to be done. There we are. So, let's get right back to it. Isn't it 1916? Yes, it is May of 1916, and the front is... it has not moved at all. Really? I mean, they've made some gains over here, but nothing we can't deal with. Hey, Fleppo, how you doing? Now, for those who are new, allow me to reiterate the rules of the War Crime Challenge. As I said, I can only use weapons that would be deemed a war crime by the Geneva Convention of 1928. This, in this game, would basically boils down to week-long or more artillery bombardments. Right, well, concentrated bombardments anyway. Flamethrowers, gas, and that's about it. I can't use anything else. No aircraft, no tanks, none of that. So... as you can see, I've mostly been focusing on trench stuff, engineering, and logistics. Oh, and infantry, because that's how I unlocked flame troops. Alright, so... Yep. Going about as well as we could hope. I do want to take Ypres at some point, but that's easier said than done. Day's been weird. Woke up late and haven't done much. Just started a modded Empire at War game that crashed. Then oh, well, fun fact, Fleppo, you do know there's we might be getting a sequel, right? Because it was hinted at by a member of Respawn Entertainment that we already know Respawn is working with a company to make a Star Wars RTS game, but then he mentioned in a tweet, he says, I'm not talking about the one we're making. So we have two on the way, the one made by Respawn and then another one. So maybe Empire at War 2? We don't know. So... Actually, to be honest, I hadn't even heard of the Respawn one until recently, so... Let's see.
Wir haben neue Befehle.
The main thing is, if I'm gonna launch these attacks, I need to, especially if we're gonna take Ypres, I really need, what we need are, like, an absurd amount of flame troops, but that means diverting, like, veteran troops off the line. Well, not veteran troops, but it means diverting troops off the line. So, like, we can leave the conscripts, but if we need, like, normal infantry, we need to pull them off the line.
Neue Befehle gehen ein. Los! Bereit machen! Ausrücken!
Warten auf Befehle.
Achtung!
Position bestätigt.
I normally don't like pulling so many men off the line, but if we
Wir haben
don't,
neue Befehle.
then we're not
Wir
going to
sind
have the
unterwegs.
forces we need, so I have to. Now, they're in bad shape after that last attack. Their battle fatigue is enormous. So if we attack, well, we can't right now, but but next time we'll have to make use of our current situation. Let's see what happens. Also, it has been informed to me by a friend of mine that we need to fight more of these battles because if we can't make any ground on the attack, we need to at least win battles on the defense so we can actually start draining their morale. So we do need to fight some of these. Oh, God. Well, okay. Maybe that wouldn't be too bad because, I mean, granted, the Empire doesn't really have a lot of anti-fighter stuff. I mean, the Tartan cruiser reporting. The Tartan cruisers are okay. But, like, I mean, to be honest, like, the Star Destroyers are nice, but the Star Destroyers are only good for brawling. If you need to, like, that's what gives the Rebellion, at least in the base game, and yes, I love Empire at War, so that's what always gave the Rebellion a big advantage, is that their fighters and, like, their attack craft are better. The X-Wings are better. The Y-Wings are better. The B-Wings are stupid. And the stupid good. And the A-Wings are insane. So, that was always the trade-off. The Empire gets the bigger capital ships, and the Rebellion gets the better, like, fighters. And the thing is, it doesn't matter how big your capital ship is. If it's got nothing protecting it, then the Y-Wings and the X-Wings are just going to shoot holes through it. So, honestly, always made me wonder why. This is not just a question for the game, this is a question in general. It always made me wonder why the Empire never bothered to actually make better use of the Corellian corvettes, because they are really good at anti-fighter stuff. Oh, no. We do not doubt Thrawn here. Thrawn always knew what he was doing. We do not doubt Mithran Rodo. For those who don't know, I butchered that, I'm sure, but Mithran Rao Nuodo is Thrawn's real name. And I'll admit it, I am an Admiral Thrawn, Grand Admiral Thrawn stan. I think Thrawn is awesome. To know one's enemy, one must know yourself. And in times of war, there can be very few people that you can trust. But when you come across the individual that you can, it is a bond that will hardly ever be broken. I love, I don't know who does the Thrawn audiobooks now, or has been, like, reading all of the quotes in his voice. But whoever it is, like, deserves a freaking Oscar. I actually want to, because I actually, used, Thrawn's speech on Friends, and sent that to one of my oldest friends recently. She loved it. You also know there's a lot of heroes and villain characters that Zaruk, that yours truly stands for. Just to name a few, there's Jim Raynor from StarCraft. There's Gabriel Angelos from the Dawn of War games. There's Grand Admiral Thrawn from Star Wars. There's Joshua Graham from Fallout New Vegas. Like, I've got a few characters that I just like. I'm like, yeah, no, I want to be like these guys. Oh, Awakening of the Rebellion. Okay. That is correct. Thrawn's intellect will never be surpassed. The only problem with Thrawn, if you can call it that, is Thrawn's not very good at picking his subordinates. The problem is Thrawn never really, like, when Thrawn gets to pick who's helping him, he's going to win. But if Thrawn doesn't get the ability to pick his subordinates, well, Thrawn's basically in trouble. Thrawn also, like, the cool thing about Thrawn is he sees things from a way different perspective than most. Thrawn is imaginative. As one person I know said, Thrawn's the only guy in the Empire who looks at a situation and is like, yeah, I can fix that. And it's like, let me think about it. And he comes up with something crazy. Alright, let's get some people out here. It's gonna be mostly conscripts.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party.
Melde mich zum Dienst.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst.
There we go. Oh yeah, he's still an authoritarian, but remember, the reason Thrawn believed in the Empire, he didn't believe in the Empire's ideals or anything. He personally thought the Empire was ridiculous with its, like, humanity first bullshit, but Thrawn realized that only the Empire would be strong enough to fight off the Yuzhong Vong, and that was only if they were united. So, yeah. Fun fact, by the way, if you guys go onto YouTube and look up the Thrawn comic dub, you'll actually get to see the entire bit with the Thrawn comic series with Thrawn and Eli Vanto. Fun fact, one of my good friends, Tyler Foltz, actually voices Thrawn in that. He voices Thrawn, and holy fuck, does he do a good job. Like, it is scary how good he sounds like Thrawn. But it was the reason I bring it up is because when I first saw those and realized that was him, and I was losing my mind, I'm like, Tyler, that's amazing. That's awesome. I was like, can you say something for me as Thrawn? He's like, that depends, Zaruk. What do you want me to say? And I'm like, I know this is going to sound silly, but can you, in Thrawn's voice on a recording, can you say, are you being smart with me? Does the Grand Admiral need to choke a bitch? And he thought that was hilarious. He's like, okay, I'll record that. That's funny. I don't have the recording anymore, but it was pretty funny. To hear Thrawn basically be like, does the Grand Admiral need to choke a bitch? Alright. What are they going to do? Now, the smart thing would be to attack where all the conscripts are. There's defenses here, but there's not many, and it's nothing but conscripts. That would be the smart... Oh, nope. Never mind. We're not being smart, I guess.
Seid bereit, Jungs. Gasgranaten, wir haben unsere Ziele. Bereit für Feuerbefehle. Klar machen.
Drop the chlorine gas on him. Now, it should be noted, doing this, what I just did, dropping chlorine gas on an attacking force, was not done in the real war. Because the problem is when you drop gas, fun fact, all of the gases used in chemical warfare in World War I were heavier than air. All of them. And this was on purpose. It was so they could sink down into the trenches and choke the men who were hiding inside. So if you drop it like out in an open field, it just pools around guys' legs. So unless they're crawling, they're not going to suffocate. Cue the image of Thrawn and Eli Vanto puffing on like 10 smokes with Empire stress. Thrawn is never stressed. That's the thing. Thrawn is never stressed. Thrawn, you know the situation's gone wrong if Thrawn starts getting violent, aggressive, and like loses his temper. Thrawn doesn't get stressed. Thrawn is actually very in control of himself. He just, when people do stupid shit, Thrawn decides that for a minute, Thrawn considers maybe giving them a good, putting his fist in their face. Hey, Silver, how you doing? Case in point, if you go watch Rebels, I don't know, I think it's season 3 of Rebels, I'm not sure, but in it, when one of them, when Admiral Constantine talks shit about Thrawn's, about the Twi'lek culture and like Twi'lek art and everything, Thrawn actually grabs him by the by the collar and looks ready to like throw hands with him, like literally beat him within an inch of his life. But Thrawn composes himself, puts him down, and basically tells him, "Forgive me, Admiral Constantine. I'm afraid that I'm not very good at, understanding Imperial thought process." Which was basically his way of saying, don't talk to me, do not talk that shit around me again, or you're gonna get hurt. Because you're really pissing me off. Oh, you think that smoke's gonna protect you? Here, I got my own for you. Oh yeah, Admiral Constantine and Rebels got what was coming to him. Died like a bitch. Grief, they just keep grief. How many of you do I have to kill before you call off this attack?
Mannschaften bereit.
Nice, guys, nice. You took one trench. One trench. Today, you'll be given Thrawn quotes instead of Family Guy memes. I am okay with this. I'm good to hear, Silver. Alright, let's see.
Achtung! In Stellung gehen! Neue Befehle.
Swap places, quick. Now what will you do?
Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir ziehen uns auf Befehle. An der Linie. Bereit machen. An die Linie.
Cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100. Do you know the difference between an error and a mistake? Anyone can make an error. But that error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it.
Or, spoken like the Grand Admiral, Do you know the difference between an error and a mistake? Anyone can make an error, but that error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. And Thrawn had to put up with a lot of mistakes.
Für Bereichsfeuerwalze laden! Alle Waffen abfeuern! Bereit für
Koordinaten für Feuerwalze
Wir haben
prüfen.
unsere Ziele!
Oh, that's a lot of guys. Thank you for the 500 bits, Jarrett. You guys are morons. You're not going to take the trenches one at a time. I have interlocking fields of fire.
Ladet sie nach! Bereit für Feuerwalze! Feuer! Positionen vorbereitet! Klar machen! Feuert auf diese Stellung!
Here they come again. They can't have many reserves left. No, I think they got a lot, actually. That's one thing you can count on, is the Western Allies having manpower. That literally at the start, at the turn of 1916, the Western Allies, like the British and the French and the Belgians, literally accepted attrition as their tactic of choice, because in their minds, and I quote, the Germans would run out of men before they did. So they literally viewed all of their soldiers as just just a siphon that they could pull numbers from. Oh yeah, Thrawn was a very smart guy. It should also be noted, Thrawn figured out who Vader was as soon as he met him. Like, a lot of people like to say that Thrawn never knew Vader was Anakin. No, Thrawn knew Vader was Anakin as soon as they met. Like, he figured it out. And I'll tell you why I know that. Because Thrawn figured out what the Death Star was. Nobody told him, and the Emperor Palpatine kept it a top grade secret. And Thrawn figured it out just by being like, oh yeah, the materials, the fact that everything was being moved to this location and all the stuff that was being moved around. Yeah, I figured it would have to be some kind of battle station, so then I just had to figure it out from there. So tell me about it. So you can't tell me he didn't know Vader was Anakin. Speed. Oh yeah, Thrawn didn't know about Leia. He did know about Luke. It was actually interesting because I remember reading a quote somewhere where Thrawn was informed that Vader was looking for the one who blew up the Death Star. And Thrawn, curiously, said in a very curious manner, he goes, what purpose does finding him accomplish? If you find him and kill him, you make him a martyr. And if you capture him, well, I mean, great, but he's one pilot. It's not like he's some kind of god. Because, he's one pilot. Yes, this is the
cheer
quote.
100, cheer
this
100,
is the quote.
cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100. A friend need not be kept within sight or within reach. A friend must be allowed the freedom to find and follow his own path. If one is fortunate, those paths will for a time join. But if paths separate, it is comforting to know that a friend still graces the universe with his skills, and his viewpoint, and his present. For if one is remembered by a friend, one is never truly gone.
Yep. That's the quote I sent to my friend. And that's the quote I sent to my friend. I find it so stupid that the TTS says every cheer out loud. It doesn't bother me. No, it becomes a bother if someone gives like 100 individual bits. Then it becomes a problem. If I knew how to change it so it wouldn't read out how many bits it was, I'd do that. But for right now, it doesn't bother me. But if someone knows how to fix it, let me know. You guys are just gonna keep... You're gonna keep trying this, huh?
Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit.
Yeah, I'm working on,
Corn will always have blood.
Yours or theirs! Rest assured, I'm working on that. I am working on some bit things, so like when y'all donate a certain amount of bits, you'll get like little icons. I'm working on that. I need to find some people who can do them, like because they're art pieces. But I think I have someone in mind. I just need to come up with some ideas. I thought they patched this, because one of the things, one of the patches they brought in with an update to this game was they remarked about how the AI, even when it's taking catastrophic losses, the AI will push on toward an objective, even if it's only going to get like something small in return. They fixed that to where the AI would think better about it. Like, they're not going to win this. But... Ah, there it is. So now you want to cease fire. Yes, we'll accept that. I'm glad you guys like the sound bits. I love them too. This war is won by inches, not miles, and you didn't get either of them. Yep, they lost about, I'm just going to round up and say 12,000. And I lost about 1,500. That's not a good trade, guys. That is a horrible trade. Wagant. All right, you guys want to hear something really cursed? It was funny when I first heard it, but then I found out what it... Well, okay, actually, it was cursed when I heard it, but then I found out what it was from, and I thought it was funny. What? Okay, it's not a joke either, but someone once called a what do you get when you combine a cute weeb and an orc? You get kawag. Kawag. So say kawaii, but replace it's kawag. And if y'all don't know where that's from, well, yeah, it's a little series that's on you. It's been on YouTube for a while. They're coming. They're trying again. Okay. Eh. A minor loss is fine. Ah, what do we got? The Great Arab Revolt. Arab forces staged a military uprising in the Ottoman Empire. The goal was to free territory from the empire. Oh yeah, this is we've read about this. It's the Arabs revolting against the Ottomans on the promise that the British and the French would give them their own land. But after the war, Britain and France divided the Ottoman Empire between themselves with the Sykes-Picot Agreement, and they broke their promise to the Arabs. This would turn out to be a very stupid idea. Because, fun fact, this right here, with the Sykes-Picot Agreement, this betrayal, and rest assured, it was a betrayal. This betrayal would set in motion every anti-Western rhetoric in the Middle East to today. This right here. It's not the only thing, but it's one of the biggest reasons, is this betrayal with the Sykes-Picot Agreement. So, there's your fun fact for the day. We got some new forces, though, out of it. What do we got? Or I want the normal infantry over here. And then the conscripts.
Wir müssen los.
Send him over there. The other one? Destroy machine gun nests. Okay. The middle...
Cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100. I'm not accepting surrenders at this time. I want you to know failure, utter defeat, and that it is I who delivers it crashing down upon you.
Well, I'm gonna have to keep that one in mind, because if they call for a ceasefire at some point and I'm winning, I'm going to use that. I'm not accepting surrenders at this time. Let's see. So, I don't need more men right now, so we're gonna wait, so we can get phosgene, and then after that, we need to start research. Well, phosgene and then mustard gas, and then we just need to start researching gas masks, because that'll benefit our guys. Let's see what else we got. Extra money would be. No, we'll wait. Okay. Time to go on the offensive. There we go. Okay. So we need to do some crushing damage here. Simple enough. Now, the game does predict that it's going to be a stalemate, but, we'll see. Yeah, there's this about a German company, forgot this house, running around the desert trying to be the Central Powers version of Lawrence, hauling around a huge artillery piece as a showcase. Yeah, and the funny thing is that none of the Arabs were intimidated by that because they didn't fight like that. The Arabs didn't dig trenches. They fought hit-and-run style on horseback and on camelback. So convoys, supply patrols, supply corps, all those things you would need were useless against them. You were basically just a slow-moving target to them. Again, just because the tactic works in your part of the world, the tactic or the strategy dictates in your part of the world, doesn't mean it's going to work in someone else's part of the world. And also, strategy. So here's the thing: strategy dictates your tactics. Tactics does not dictate your strategy. If your grand strategy is to defeat a hit-and-run enemy, then your tactics have to resolve around fighting a hit-and-run enemy. You have to adapt to fight them. Even the greatest generals in history, Caesar, Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Frederick the Great, go do a crime. Oh, I will. Don't worry, I will. All of those men adapted to, basically adopted the style of their enemies and adapted to fight them. So, if you're going to fight your enemy, you need to know how they act and either make use of their tactics and then, defeat them with it. That was actually something Thrawn was really good at. Thrawn understood that, the Empire's way of fighting the rebels was never going to work. So instead, Thrawn played the game his way. Thrawn basically made it so every time he fought the rebellion or the New Republic, he would always make sure that he had every advantage. He wouldn't let them hyperspace away. He wouldn't let them use their, their advantage in, in fighter craft. He literally played against them. And that's how you beat your enemy. Don't play their game, learn their game, and then play around it, basically. All right, let's drop a week-long bombardment on them. I'm going to need all the... I'm going to need an observation balloon. There we go. I'm going to need a lot of artillery.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Gefechtsbereit.
Okay, maybe not all that artillery. That'll be enough. And once the stormtroopers have cleared the path, the conscripts will come in behind them and plug the gaps, basically. Because like I told you, I may not be able to use the conscripts and the normal infantry on the attack, but to hold a position that I've taken, we can use the conscripts for that.
Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party.
Alright, I think we're good. Let's go. How many war crimes are we doing? Yes. Wow, we smashed a lot of their trenches. Good. Send up the observation balloon. Also, I love this little detail. You can actually see a dude in there with binoculars. That's literally what they were for. They would send a dude up in a basket and just have him spy on people. Okay. I see two machine gun positions right there, and I know there's usually another one back there, so... Oh, and a third one right there. We'll have to get rid of those.
Seid bereit, Jungs!
Now, gas doesn't work on machine gun emplacements, but, well, high explosive artillery does. So, speaking of...
Belagerungsfeuerwalze klar machen!
Yeah, fuck all you guys.
Ziele eingestellt! Bereit für Feuerbefehle!
Their grid coordinates!
Alright, I don't know which one of y'all did that, but that was perfectly timed. Literally. The guns fired in that audio clip right as the heavy artillery went off. Who did that? Who did that? Because that was perfectly timed. Nice job, Josiah. And hey, Caleb, how you doing? I don't speak German neither. I'm here for money. Money.
Feuerwalze vorbereiten! Für bereit! Bereit! Wir haben unsere Ziele!
Fire all guns. Okay, that's one machine gun position. Two, technically. We smashed this one up here, and we took out this one. So, my thought process says there's probably one or two back here. Well, not all of them, Hop. There's still a few guys left there. There's 75 dudes left in that trench, but they are all scared shitless. They probably have already shit themselves, and they're ready to run at the first provocation, which I'm going to give to them. Like I said, I can't make a concentrated attack, though.
Then pay with your blood!
Then pay with your blood! So, I'll send the stormtroopers forward with a gas barrage, but we need to knock out the machine guns first. If the machine guns are still up, they'll shred my guys. There they go, they're running. Now, here's how this works. We're dropping chlorine gas on them. Now, the gas, I'm going to pause while I explain this. The gas forces enemy units out of their trenches, because obviously they're not going to sit there and suffocate. They're going to move. The trade-off is that my own guys can be affected by it. So, not only do you have to time it right, you also have to make sure that your guys are like, are used to it. Now, I think I've got, I don't know which version of the gas mask I've unlocked, but basically as you unlock the gas mask on the tech tree, your guys will become immune to tear gas, immune to chlorine gas, and then immune to phosgene. There is no immunity to mustard gas. All you can do is reduce the effects on that one. Yes, gas is a double-edged weapon. Wasn't World War I the reason the Geneva Convention was established? Correct. There had been rules of war set in place before World War I, but the Germans went and broke almost all of them. So afterwards, everyone was like, okay, we can't do that again. Let's all get together and say what's allowed and what's not allowed.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Feuerstellung einnehmen!
Here's the problem, though. It is true that most nations signed the thing that says, hey, don't do this, don't do that. But here's the thing. The problem with signing that piece of paper is you actually have to hope that everyone, follows what's written on the piece of paper. And since World War I, despite the fact the Geneva Convention's been written, there have been numerous countries that blatantly violate the Geneva Convention. Iraq did it under Saddam Hussein. North Korea fucking does it all the time. They violate the Geneva Convention. But the difference there is that North Korea is not even a country. Literally, I'm going to come out and say it's not a country. Those people are like, hey, Twitch is biased. Thank you for the follow, Twitch is biased. Look, civilized countries, along with countries that have something to lose by breaking the rules, don't break them. So, and besides, nowadays, chemical and biological weapons are, here's the thing. The problem with a biological or a chemical weapon is that it doesn't discriminate. It hurts everyone, even your own people. So, yeah, it's normally not a good idea to use it.
Achtung!
Fun fact, in World War I, when the Germans first used out a chemical weapon, or a mass amount of chemical weapons, the wind shifted. They opened these gas canisters and let this gas out toward the Allied trenches, and then the wind shifted and blew the gas back at them, killing their own men. Again, chemical and biological weapons don't discriminate. So...
Bereit machen! Bewegt euch! Wir müssen los!
Speaking of which...
Mannschaften bereit! Auf Gasgranaten vorbereiten! Alle Waffen abfeuern! Bereit, Jungs! Laden. Wir haben unsere Ziele! Bereit für Gasgranaten klar machen! Ladet sie Gasgranaten laden! Feuert auf diese Stellung! Achtung! Wir müssen diese
Go, boys,
Stellung
go!
halten. Bereit für Befehle! Denkt den Graben ein! Neue Befehle gehen ein! Warten auf Befehle bemannen! Bereit machen! Positionen einnehmen!
Oh, shit.
Achtung! Die Generäle wollen
Nope, they just jumped in the rear trenches. I forgot to put gas on those. Yeah, pull back.
Los!
I should have hit the rear trenches. But as you can see, these guys are actually dying. The skull means they're actually suffering from gas, so they are dying. Not as quickly as I want, but they are dying. Oh yeah, please, run back into the trench! Yeah, that's a genius idea! Yeah, I'm with Fleppo on that one, Twitch is biased. Define better. Yeah, I'm in danger. Yeah, they are. Less murder, less war crimes, cooler weapons. There were way more war crimes in World War I. And, oh, I see what you mean. There were less war crimes in World War II. Well, so you're right, and you're not. You are correct. There were no biological or chemical weapons used during World War I, or World War II, but there was much more crime against humanity. That's the problem. There were no war crimes, but there were specifically many more crimes against humanity. Many, many more. Let me give you guys a little piece of knowledge I picked up a long time ago. The scary thing about war, total war, is that there may be rules to follow, but the moment people stop following the rules is where people start to get creative. And the problem with human creativity is that it's really, really good at coming up with stuff for all the right and all the wrong reasons. Thing is, if you're not allowed to use the scary, biological and chemical stuff, well...
I think this calls for a little history lesson.
Alright, well, Red Mage will continue what I was saying. Yeah, on the battlefield, it's I fight or I die. But here's the problem. See, the thing is, chemical and biological weapons are basically weapons that are cruel and inhumane. A bullet can, if a guy gets shot, he's probably either going to die instantly or die soon after if he's not taken care of. But gas? Chlorine and mustard gas effects would last for days, if not longer. Mustard gas permanently blinded people. So, and dare I bring up why flamethrowers are bad? Like, I don't think I need to mention why using fire as a weapon is bad and it's cruel and inhumane. The problem is like I said, is that when people stopped following the rules, instead what they did was they decided to use that creativity toward other things. Darker things. We don't have to look far to explain that. And I'm not going to say what kind of horrific crimes against humanity were committed in World War II. I'll get banned. And second of all, y'all know. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. The Germans are who I'm talking about, by the way. But the Japanese are not excused from it either. Unit 731. Don't look that up. But don't. I'm warning y'all right now, as a history guy, don't look that up. Do not look up Unit 731. Do not look that up. Please, if you want to sleep tonight, don't look that up. Just don't.
Cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100. Is it really a war crime if your enemy is Nazis? Really?
Yes, it is. Because here's the thing. Ordinarily, I would say no, but here's the problem. When you choose to be the one that breaks the rules first, you have literally given the person you did it to casus belli to use it against you. You've given them the justification. You've given them the moral high ground because they didn't start it. They're just retaliating to what you did. That's the thing. The reason why nobody used chemical or biological weapons in World War II is not only did they get worse, but the thing is everyone knew that if they did it first, it would just demand a reprisal. That's how it always is in war. It's tit for tat. What you do, someone else will do back, but worse. So, case in point. Yes, Hop is correct. It's a vicious cycle of revenge and retaliation. Yeah, Red Mage is right. The Germans in World War I saying, oh, the shotgun is a cruel and inhumane weapon. Haha, trench gun go. Again, the Americans just laughed at that because they were like, oh, you guys were using poison gas and chemical weapons and all that stuff? Nah, you don't get the right to say that. Give more shotguns to the boys on the front lines. Alright, so gas there. Gas there. Alright, boys, let's go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
Befehle. Bereit machen. Den Graben ein. Achtung! Wir müssen diese Stellung halten. Linie bemannen. Neue Befehle gehen ein. Position einnehmen. Warten auf Befehle.
Yes! Flamethrowers! Get them, boys! Yeah, for those who don't know, guys, they're dead now. You can stop. Uh-oh. I think it might be broken. They're just shooting their flames everywhere. Burn, baby, burn. Yeah. So, yes, to explain the flute, if y'all don't know what anime that's from, because it is from an anime, that is from Rurouni Kenshin, Wandering Samurai. Or, if you grew up in the United States like I did, it's Samurai X. Alright, we've taken an objective. Guys, that's enough! Alright, just move to another position, guys. Quit shooting flamethrowers, Chop. Quit shooting flames everywhere. Alright, now. The AI is smart. What they're gonna do now is they're probably gonna try to take the position back from me. So I need to move my conscripts up so we can hold the position.
Die Generäle wollen diesen Abschnitt haben.
Achtung!
Achtung!
Wir halten hier! Bereit für Befehle. Position einnehmen.
Okay, so we know the back trenches are not held. Because otherwise they would have stopped us from taking...
By the gods, there is a psychopath on the loose!
Yes, I'm the psychopath. Hi, it's me. By the gods, there's a psychopath on the loose. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. Just imagining some British officer, like, at his desk as he hears about these flame troopers storming a position. By King George, there's a psychopath on the loose. And then nearby, hi, it's me. I'm the psychopath. Your trenches are mine now.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen. Wir haben neue Befehle. Warten auf Befehle.
All right. So, we've taken the positions. So, the next step would normally be to go and take the command trench. There's a problem with that. I do not have the manpower for that. Like, I don't. We do not have... Our shock troopers have been beat up really badly, and launching an attack on the command trench would be a really bad idea. Not to mention I'm low on supply, so I'm not going to be able to call in a lot of artillery.
Bereit machen. In Stellung gehen.
I'm actually surprised they're not... Wait a minute. I think I know why they're not doing anything.
Bereit an der Linie.
I have an idea. I have a sudden idea.
Feuerstellung einnehmen.
Alright, conscripts. So, you have another name. Cannon fodder. Oh, yep, I was right. Here they come. They're pouring out of that bunker. I figured they'd be in there.
Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen.
Bereit machen.
Achtung.
Achtung! Bereit für Befehle. Nehmt den Graben ein. Neue Befehle gehen ein. Flammenwerfer bereit machen.
Flammenwerfer! Yeah, they have blockhouses. Yep.
Warten auf Befehle. Linie bemannen.
Clear that blockhouse.
Bereit machen. Position einnehmen.
So, the thing about blockhouses in this game, blockhouses cannot be cleared with gas or artillery. The only way to destroy a blockhouse is to pound it with siege artillery, which will destroy it, or clear it out with infantry. Also, the guys inside are totally hidden, basically. You will not know they're there until they emerge or until you go in there and check. Have I gone against the Harlem Hellfighters? Not yet. It's not 1917 yet, so the Americans have not entered the war yet. From a land across the ocean to the Western Front where they served, fought with courage and devotion, preconceptions turned. Yeah, I love look, if y'all want to learn some history, go look up the Harlem Hellfighters. They are amazing. Their story is so goddamn cool. Yes, the Harlem Hellfighters. The Harlem Hellfighters were an all-black regiment that did come over with the U.S. Army, but they weren't given any they weren't assigned any combat roles because, you know, racism. So instead, a French group came over and said, hey, do you guys have soldiers? We need men on the front. And the Harlem Hellfighters were absorbed into a French force. And, like, as Sabaton tells about them, you know, they never lost any ground. They were never taken prisoner, any of them. And, and also, out of all the Allied units on the Western Front, theirs was the first to reach the Rhine River. They got there first before anyone else. So, never let it be said that, you know... So every time I hear some bullshit thing today where people are like, oh, because there's some people who still buy into racism, where they're like, oh yeah, not all the races are equal. I always think, yeah, well, yeah, they're not. Because if the Harlem Hellfighters proved anything, black people are better than white. So, again, look. Zaruk's tip for the day. Racism is fucking stupid. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, but I think you all knew that already. Oh god, Hop, were they ever. The Harlem Hellfighters are amazing. Their story is, it should also be noted just how cool they were. Uh-oh.
Cheer 100, cheer 100,
right,
cheer 100, cheer 100, cheer 100 over there. Over there, send the word. Send the word over there that the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere, so prepare. Say a prayer, send the word. Send the word to beware, we'll be over. We're coming over and we won't come back till it's over there.
Fun fact, that song is actually in this game, but y'all haven't heard it because apparently it's copyright. Like, if you turn on streamer mode, which I do have it on, it doesn't play that, even though it's in this game. And yes, that's the famous, you know, over there, send the word over there. Like, everyone's heard it before. Like, but I can't play it for y'all because apparently it's copyright. Which is really weird. I don't know why. I thought it was like in the public interest, but oh well. Alright, that attack, it did okay, but it didn't do a lot. So let's try from this direction. Thinks as a minor victory. Good enough for me. Thank you, public domain. It should be. Can I play the drip version? What? Wait, there's a drip version? Alright, hold on, let me think. Hang on a minute. I'm sure y'all have heard Over There before. I know y'all have. You just probably don't know what it was. Oh yeah, Captain Crazy's right. The Devil Dogs and the Battle of Belleau Wood. There's a ton of World War I stories you can tell that are awesome. But give me a minute real quick. Let me see. Because I actually want to look this up now. Is Over There in public domain. Hold on. It is public domain. It says that it is. The work is in the public domain in the United States because it was published before January 1st, 1928. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, hold on. That's weird. Oh, actually, I think I might know another reason why it's, why it might not be. Hold on. It's got autosave, so we're fine. It's all automated systems. Well, look, here's the thing. I've gotten away with playing, like, Doom E1M1 and some parts of Sabaton. I think I'll be okay for this one, especially if it's public domain. Let's see. Where is it? Come on. Prevents all licensed music from playing in all game modes. Except it's public domain. We're fine. Alright, back to it. Granted, you're not going to get to hear over there because we're playing as the Germans. So, we're going to hear, like, German. I wonder if that's why. Okay, good. Thank you, Fleppo. Thank you. But yes, like there's over there, which is used for the Allies, and then there's the German song, which I don't speak Deutsch, so I don't know what it's called. Suffice it to say, we're attacking from a different direction now, so we won't have our trenches already built in, so we'll have to use some of our supply to build more trenches. But we are attacking an enemy whose morale has been thoroughly crushed at this point. They're not doing too well. So, all the more reason to attack. Since I'm going on the offensive, I'm not really worried about holding ground, so we're not going to get too many trenches set up. I think this will work just fine. Because this is our target. We're going to take this position. This one only. Because remember, we're trying to get small victories here. Just so I can see what we're up against. And like I said, since we're on the attack... Oh, you know, just enough artillery to literally bring the sky crashing down on someone.
Bereit für Befehle. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit.
So, fun fact for you guys about the stormtroopers. They were so elite and so specialized in World War II, they would be called upon to break positions and break lines, and the moment they were done with that, they would literally be pulled off the line and sent somewhere else. They were kept in they had the best, arrangements, the best food, the best gear, because they were expected to do, like, a lot more stuff. So... Okay, thanks, Fleppo. So in case you guys want to know how even the politicians and the generals knew how shit the war was, take a look from this at this quote from David Lloyd George. Yeah. Yeah, they knew. Of course they knew. And here's the thing. This thought process can never be justified, but it can be explained. One of the toughest things about being a leader of men and women, especially during a war, is that sometimes you have to be strong. Because if your people break, you lose. And sometimes you have to close your heart off to all of your, to your emotions so you can keep pressing on. But there's a fine line between being strong and stout-hearted and being absolutely cold and stone-hearted. This comes off as someone who does not know how bad it is. And I hate to tell you this, But the view of, oh, we can't tell them because then, we can't tell them the truth because then they'd want the war to end. Yeah, because people don't want to kill each other. Surprise, surprise. People naturally don't hate each other and don't want to kill each other. Ain't that crazy? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I may be a military historian and I may love strategy games, but I will be the first person to tell you war is fucking stupid. War is stupid, it's costly, and it's... War is the last resort. It is and always will be the last resort. War is chosen when you can't find any other alternative. As the Doctor said in Doctor Who, how many men have to die? How many brothers have to be lost? How many children have to scream and to burn before everyone does what they should have done in the first place? Sit down and talk. And yes, people will make the argument of, oh, well, you can't negotiate with some people. No, you can't. But there are other options. Because again, you know what? Robert E. Lee said it best. It is good that war is so terrible, lest we grow too fond of it. Anyway. Fire.
Near grid coordinates.
Yeah, Twitch. Yeah, Twitch is biased. That's a lot of artillery I just dropped on him. I'm gonna do it again, too. And yes, Josiah's right. That's a good way of putting it. Is this something where you're willing to forego your soul to achieve it? You know what the scary thing is? Some people will openly say, well, it's not my life being wasted, so yes. That's the thing. The moment you disregard someone else's life as if to say, well, I'm not the one dying, so it's okay, then you shouldn't be making choices. Because that's the moment where you're basically saying, I'm more important than anyone else. A true leader of people is a first among equals. Every leader, it is true, leadership is sometimes thrown onto people. Maybe they don't want to be a leader. Leadership has a way of pulling itself to the surface. True leaders are sometimes chosen without their consent. Leadership is forced upon you. But when that happens, a true leader surrounds him or herself with individuals who can do the things they can't. Because there is no such thing as a leader who can do everything. If there's someone out there who says, oh, I can do it all, they're either lying or they need to see a shrink. Because no, they can't. That's the same answer I give people when they said, oh, I'm not afraid of going to war. Then you're either a bad fucking liar, or you need to get some help. Fire! Some people are just psychopaths. Yeah, some people are. But again, it's a different... Again, sometimes you just can never be prepared for what happens. Let me put it to you guys this way. One of the things is that I cannot serve my country militarily. I have too many health reasons why I can't serve. But the people I've talked to who have served, and the friends and family I know who have served, have told me the same thing. Nothing you do, no amount of training, no amount of preparation, nothing will prepare you for what it's like. Because you can go through all the training you want. We can prepare, we can do whatever we can to prepare ourselves for combat, but the moment it happens, your training will keep you alive, but it will not protect you psychologically. It will not. And there are some people who just can't take it. And that is not their fault. You can be the toughest physical badass in the world, but as soon as a bullet goes by you or hits one of your friends, yeah, I couldn't take that either. All right, what will you... So what will you do now? I'm gonna drop gas here so you can't run. So what will you do? Dear grid coordinates. Yeah, reality is not... The reality of war, the reality of conflict is... Uh-oh! I am a war criminal! I just got the achievement, The Chemist's War. Cause 1,000 infantry casualties with gas weapons. We did it, boys and girls! We're war criminals! Oh, I shouldn't be happy about that, actually. Oh, God, I'm a monster. Oh, no. Well... Well, I've already condemned myself. Might as well keep going.
Your behavior frightens and confuses me, sir.
Your behavior frightens and confuses me, sir. No, I don't have tanks yet. I'm not allowed to use tanks in a war crime run. Because tanks are not war crimes. They're so scared. Like, they want to get closer, but the moment they start taking casualties, they're like, nope, and they pull back. Has General Zaruk, the Geneva Convention does not exist yet. Oh, but it will. When I'm done, it will. So the problem is, we're doing damage, but every time we wipe out a unit, they bring in someone else to reinforce it. So what we need to do is we actually need to attack. So we need to gain some ground and actually push up.
Achtung!
So...
Bereit für Befehle. Neue Befehle gehen ein. Diese Stellung gehört uns.
Hi, baby.
Warten auf Befehle. Wir müssen diese Stellung bereit machen.
Show love 100 hello babe tilde hi everyone tilde tilde hype love 1 Zaruk W smile Zaruk George.
Alright. Oh, we got a hype train starting. We got a minute for someone else to gift bits or subs. You guys are nuts. Already had a hype train yesterday with Lady Glacier, which, by the way, pause. You guys are fucked up. Thank you, Twitch is biased. Thank you. That's a hype train.
Cheer 100, let's get that hype train.
Thank y'all. Anyway, while this hype train trickles through, real quick, real talk, you guys are fucking amazing. Lady Glacier, during Cursed Halo...
Ow, my fucking dick!
During Lady Glacier and I's Cursed Halo stream yesterday, you guys helped give her her first ever hype train. And she got a level 6 hype train thanks to you guys in her community. You guys are amazing, you know that? I know I say it a lot, but I am so thankful that I've got guys like you. Like, seriously. You guys are amazing. And I thank God all the time for the support that I have. And the love and support you guys showed to Lady Glacier last night is unparalleled. I cannot thank y'all enough. She deserves it, and you guys, I'm glad we were all able to show her that she does. So, don't make me tap the sign again. Yes, yes. You don't get to choose who love and supports you. All right, well. Very well then, Frenchman. If the Frenchmen don't want to leave their little dugouts, I'll make them leave.
Feuerwalze klar machen. Auf Gasgranaten vorbereiten. Feuer! Seid bereit, Jungs. Laden. Feuert auf diese Stellung. Für Feuergranaten. Feuerwalze einladen. Feuerwalze vorbereiten.
Thank you, Jarrett.
Show love 1000, show love 100, show love 100, show love 100, show love 100, show love 100. Shut up and take my support, boy.
Thank you. Y'all are awesome. Thank y'all. Get in the trenches! Get in the trenches!
Bereit für Befehle. In Stellung gehen. Neue Befehle gehen ein, Jungs. Wir ergeben uns. Warten auf Befehle.
Alright, well, some of them got through, not all of them. I dare them to come try and take the trenches back, though. Guys, use your flamethrowers. There we go. Oh god, you can hear the screaming! The fact that you can hear them screaming is awful. Is that a fucking Zeppelin? No, that's a observation balloon. Wins the war crime speed run. You're looking at it? War crimes take preparation. Okay, so these guys are stopping us from taking the point, so and they really don't want me taking these trenches, do they? Alright, get the raiders. Oh, actually don't. They're too expensive. Alright, well, we've got a foothold, so technically I can, let's see.
Bereit für Feuerwalze. Positionen vorbereiten. Wir haben unsere Ziele. Feuerwalze. Feuer. Seid bereit für Feuerwalze. Auf diese Stellung. Bereit für Feuerbefehle.
Yes, I know my supply has been depleted. Do you know how many war crimes I've committed in this one battle?
Alle Waffen abfeuern. Achtung. Linie bemannen. Bereit für Befehle. Position einnehmen.
Wir haben neue Befehle.
I need to hold this position. Come on, I need blocking troops. Let's go. War crimes aren't profitable. Truly a capitalist take. They're not! Oh, good grief. Yeah, they're really not going to let me take these trenches, are they?
Neue Befehle gehen ein.
Hurry up, I need you guys in these positions
Wir haben
now.
neue Befehle. In Stellung
Wir
gehen.
ergeben uns.
Warten auf Befehle. Bereit an der Linie.
Positionen vorbereiten. Wir haben für Feuerwalze prüfen. Mannschaften für Feuerwalze. Feuert auf diese Stelle. Feuerwalze. Feuerwalze. Feuerbefehle. Ladet sie nach.
Alright, thank you guys for the hype train. Small, but it doesn't matter. A hype train's a hype train. You guys are awesome. Great. These guys are in the way. Until we get rid of them, we can't take this position, so...
Bereit machen. Achtung! Wir haben neue Befehle.
Secure that position. Get in the fucking trench! Thank you.
Wir müssen diese
Got it.
Stellung halten.
Okay, now we just gotta hold... Great. These guys. Okay. Problem is, I don't have any more supply to call in artillery, so if we can drive off this attack, then we can secure... Well, I say that, here comes more of them.
Wir haben neue Befehle.
Great.
Warten auf Befehle.
Warten auf Befehle.
Okay, we drove off that attack, but... Yeah, they just keep throwing more guys at us. We can't hold the position. Best thing I can do is hope for a draw.
Bereit machen.
Oh no, they're not cloning them. They just have... They got more guys to pull from all over the line. Again, in any battle, the defensive side is always going to... Usually is always going to take less casualties than the attacking one. That's just simple logic at that. That's just how strategy goes.
Bereit machen.
Because the problem is, unless I get rid of these 2 units, which I'm not going to be able to, I don't have the forces for it. Unless we... Well, okay, I do.
Achtung!
We have to pull from other parts of the line,
Die Generäle
though.
wollen diesen Abschnitt haben. Kolonne bilden. Wir halten hier. Wir halten hier die Stellung.
Because here's the thing, if we can get rid of these 2 groups, we can seize this position. It'll be costly, sure. It's going, of course it's going to be. But right now, I've got my toehold and I can't lose it. Because if we back off with nothing gained, that's a loss for us. We need to grab something.
Achtung! Zusammenstellen! Wir haben neue Befehle. Die Generäle wollen diesen Abschnitt haben. Wir haben neue Befehle.
Alright. Wish I had more Yeetus deleted. Yeah, but, you know, can't have everything you want. Okay, so here's my plan. We've got a lot of guys here. We've got 8 companies.
Warten auf Befehle.
So that's a lot of dudes. But hopefully, we can take this position.
Wir müssen los.
Spread out.
Ausschwärmen. Jetzt aber im Laufschritt.
Achtung!
Bereit
You
machen.
can't stop all of us.
Ausrücken.
Sure, you got one of me, but did you get all of me? You can't stop all of them.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir ergeben uns. Wir haben neue Befehle. Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen. Warten auf Befehle. In Stellung gehen. Bereit machen. Bereit an der Linie. Achtung. An die Linie. Wir haben neue Befehle. Einnehmen. Wir haben neue Befehle. Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen. In Stellung! Schwenkt die weiße Fahne! Bereit an der Linie!
Will you idiots jump in a trench, please? Thank you.
Warten auf Befehle! An die Linie!
So y'all can see, why they've, why you're supposed to build trenches the way they built them. It's so your guys can move down the trench line without getting picked off or hit with artillery, or rather just picked up by infantry. So that's why they're all connected. The problem with connecting trenches is that it works against you too, which is why I normally don't do it when I'm on defense. Yeah, there were a lot of men in that wave, and most of them did, and only about, I think, a little over half of them made it. But we got the position, which is what I wanted. Now I wonder. Press my luck or call it here? Well, I guess we got to see what they do. Because they could try to take it back.
Achtung! Feuerstellung einnehmen!
Also, I can take out that barrage balloon. We'll see what they do. How they react. There we go.
Auf der Feuerstufe
And let's take out that
bereit
MG,
machen.
too, while we're at it. No, get back in the trench, idiots! Why'd you crawl out? Just stay in the trench.
Bereit an der Linie! An die Linie!
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it here once we block this attack off.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir können hier nicht gewinnen.
So yeah, what's happened is that the AI has basically deemed it that there's no point in counterattacking the position because they'll lose more people than they would. They'd lose more people taking it back from me. So yeah, we're gonna call for a ceasefire. There you go. Music? Yep, there you go. Here's some historical music. I don't know which German song this is. I'm not... Look. Here's the thing. Historically, the attack on Verdun... They didn't even get all the way into Verdun. For those who don't know, the Battle of Verdun... The Siege of Verdun was costly for both sides, but the Germans didn't even get into the city. So, why in the world would I sacrifice my men for something I know is going to be a disaster? Not to mention, Verdun is a fortress. Yeah, that is something I would have to set like a ton amount of men to. And I would need tanks and stuff, which I don't have, because I'm not playing that way. Favorite World War I weapon? Probably either the, let me think about it. That's a tough one. Probably either the Lewis gun, because I think it's got a really cool design. The 1897 trench gun, which I think is also cool, and it's a classic. Or the, what was it called? The, MP-18. Like the first... the first, like, trench submachine gun. Which, by the way, fun fact, yes, if that name sounds familiar with the MP-18, yes, the MP-18 it would continue the lineage that would be followed by the MP-38, the MP-40, and then the MP-44, which actually is supposed to be called STG-44, but a lot of people confuse it. Oh, yeah, the trench sweeper is great. I was about to say, though, if any one of you name the Shoshat as your favorite World War I weapon, I'm going to kindly but firmly ask you to get out of my stream. And if you don't know what the Shoshat is, good. It's not worth remembering. Piece of shit. You know what? Actually, to prove my point, hold on. I'm going to show you guys what a Shoshat looks like, so you can see how BS this is. Like, how dumb of an idea this is. And for those of you who know what a Shoshat is, you know why I'm angry. And yeah, the Mauser C96 broom handle is cool. So hold on, let's see. Welcome back, Hop. Alright, so. Let me show you guys this. And how dumb this is. This is a show shot. This is a French light machine gun given to troops. Why don't you tell me? Yeah. So what the fuck is that? It's a French machine gun. So let me explain what this thing is. It looks like a fucking brick turned into a gun. Okay. So here's the problem with this thing. First of all, what the fuck is that grip setup? How the hell am I supposed to fire this on the move if my hands are so close together? That looks uncomfortable. Second of all, you may notice that there's a weird U-shaped drum magazine, right? Half drum magazine there. Yes, it is. That's a magazine. But you might also notice something else. What could it be? What in the world sets this gun apart? Oh yeah, the magazine's fucking open. You know, in the trenches with mud and water and all that other stuff that can get inside the magazine and jam my fucking gun. Yeah, some idiot thought this was a good idea. And yes, oh, and here's the other thing. When the Americans showed up and joined World War I, the French, being the kind allies that they were, gave this to us. They gave us this weapon because we didn't have enough light machine guns or submachine guns. So they gave us this. It's a piece of shit, really. Please tell me that not many of these were made. Well, let's, well, you know what? It's a good question, actually. To the internet! Let's see. Okay, here it is. A total of, where it is. Where it is. A total of 262,000 show shots were manufactured between December 1915 and 1918, including 244,000 of them chambered in the 8mm Lebel service cartridge. Yes, this, so this thing, there were multiple versions of this, and they all shot different calibers. There was the 8mm Lebel. One of them shot 30-06 Springfield. Another one shot 7.92 by 57mm Mauser. Another shot 7.65 by 53mm Mauser. And then another one shot 6.5 by 54mm Greek.
Hey, how you doing? Well, I'm doing just fine. I lied, I'm dying inside.
Yep. Rate of fire, 240 rounds per minute. Which is garbage, basically. Garbage. And here's the other funny thing. The weapon was so shit that the United States was already phasing it out late 1918 with something you're probably all very familiar with. Does the BAR sound familiar? You know, the Browning automatic rifle? Yeah. The BAR, the bar hit the scene in 1918. It was brought in service to replace the Shoshat. Because the Shoshat was shit. Yeah, John Browning's middle finger. Yeah, basically. And remember, like y'all probably heard in some of Russian Badger's videos, what caliber does a bar shoot anyway? 30-06. Whoa, what? Yeah. Yeah, the BAR fires the same round that the M1 Garand shoots, just from a 20-round magazine. So, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. We're on the defense here, so.
Verstärkung macht Meldung.
Versteht ihr mich?
Melde mich zum Dienst.
I don't know how Badger says it in that video. Like, I think it's, do you understand me?
Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst.
Why did the designers think an open magazine was a good idea? Two reasons, Hop. One, they thought it would be better so you could see how much ammunition you had left, which to be fair, that's a good idea. So soldiers can know how many rounds they got left. The other thing about it was that, it was also to cut down on weight, if I remember correctly. I honestly don't know how much weight you planned on getting rid of just by opening up the magazine, but hey, what do I know? And I think another reason was it would be easier to reload. Like, if you needed to load your magazine with rounds, you could just pull them, you could just literally, like, when you had to load your magazines before going into battle, you could just, rather than, like, shoving them down in there, you could just slip them in through the openings. Unfortunately, yeah, an open magazine means all the gunk and the crap in the trenches would get in them and jam the weapon. I know most soldiers will say, take care of your weapon, and it'll take care of you. Yeah, the problem is if the weapon doesn't want to be taken care of, then it's a problem. The weapon was designed to not be taken care of. It was literally designed it was designed with garbage in mind. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, the mud, like, yes, in World War I it was Captain Crazy, but mud and debris will be a problem in every war. Like, that's just how it is. The weather and the terrain will always be a big issue. Again, doesn't matter how powerful your army is, Mother Nature is the most powerful force on the earth. And if Mother Nature says, you shall not pass, you shall not pass. Oh yeah, that is very true, Twitch, but that's because here's the crazy thing. I think I've mentioned this before in stream, but it's worth repeating. The crazy thing is, as deadly and destructive as war is, it's also where people get really creative in all the wrong ways and all the right ways. You don't see, like, wasted potential and stuff during a war. Sure, there's a lot of ideas, but they usually, if they're bad, they're scrapped immediately. You can't waste time and money during a war. You don't have that luxury. So the stuff that comes out of a war is usually refined, practical, and, well, you know, really well off. So it makes sense.
Verstärkung macht Meldung.
All right, where are they? Show yourselves.
Warten auf Befehle. Feuerstellung ein.
There they are.
Positionen vorbereitet. Vorbereiten. Mannschaftsgrenade. Der Reichsfeuerwalze. Wir haben unsere Ziele.
Oh, hey, this reminds me. While this is going on, have you guys ever heard of a game called Toy Soldiers? Have you guys ever heard of that game? It's a tower defense. It's a World War I themed tower defense, but everything are like these little toy soldiers, like little wind-up toy soldiers. Okay, cool, you have. I'm definitely gonna stream that, like, at some point. I love that game. I love it to death. So I'm definitely gonna be streaming that. It's so much fun. And I can joke with you guys and tell you about how much of this stuff is real and how much of it isn't. Because, for those of you who played the game, do you remember the giant, like the weird Russian tank thing, like weird Russian vehicle that had, like, the giant wheels that looked like a bicycle, like with wheels on the side and would crush things? Yeah, that was a real-ass thing. That was actually a real thing. It was not like a paper, like something on paper. No, it was real. Yeah, the Tsar tank, yeah, that's real. The Tsar tank was real. As stupid and as silly as it looks, it was real. I mean, Twitch, I'll see you that, and I'll raise you the gyro gun, the gyro pistol. You know, the thing with actual rocket-powered projectiles. Which is what inspired the bolter from Warhammer 40k. Yes, Jarrett, that's Toy Soldiers G.I. Joe DLC. There's also a Cold War DLC where you get to play as the Americans and the Russians.
Bereit machen! Achtung! Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir haben neue Befehle. Warten auf Befehle. Bereit machen!
Oh, here comes another attack.
Seid bereit, Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen. Bereit für Feuerwalze. Ladet Feuerwalze auf diese Stelle.
You fools, you can take out one machine gun, but there's tons more. Tangent, but Breath of the Wild really was the Zelda game that feels like it went, oh, the Zelda lore is actually important now. Fair, but I would argue that Twilight Princess did that too. Twilight Princess also kind of reinforced that the lore was important. Because remember, Twilight Princess basically takes place after Majora's Mask. We know that. So, because of the hero shade and everything. I mean, I love Twilight Princess too. Why do you think I'm an imp? You guys didn't think that was intentional, did you? Or you don't think it was an accident, do you? Come on now. Yes, Midna... So, I'm going to out myself here. Midna was not my first waifu. That was actually Aisha Clan from Outlaw Star. But Midna is, like, in my top 3. Midna's just a cool character. I know a lot of people like her because, you know, she's a little imp gremlin. But Midna is probably, in my opinion, one of the best you know, supporting characters you could get in a Zelda game. She just is. Hey, Yoko, how you doing? Yes, we're talking about Midna. Midna is probably the best partner character you could ask for in a game. Period. Again, my opinion, but, you know, I'm biased. Fun fact, by the way. So, for those who don't know, there was a Twilight Princess manga. We didn't get the finished version of it here. We didn't get the finished version over here in the West. But fun fact, the writer, hold on. Amina, you're still here, I think. Remind me again, who was it? Because I think you know this. Which author started writing, picked up writing the Twilight Princess manga? Yeah, sorry, Twitch. Hop went on a tangent mentioning Zelda, which came out of nowhere, I'll admit. But I was just talking about how Twilight Princess was the first game that made the lore of Zelda important, not just Breath of the Wild. Yes, Twilight Princess is canon to Breath of the Wild. A lot of the games are canon to Breath of the Wild. Hell, Ocarina of Time is canon to Breath of the Wild. There's a, when you go to the Ruto lands in, hold on, no, no, the Zora, think, Zaruk. When you go to the Zora lands, Mipha left a book behind she left her journal behind. And one of the things in it mentions about how she talks about how in the ancient histories, there was a princess of the Zora who fell in love with a hero of time. So, like, yeah, it's canon. Does that make the timeline less confusing? Yes and no? It kind of does, because everyone can, I think, firmly agree that Breath of the Wild takes place at the end of the timeline. One of the timelines, anyway. I don't know which one. Yeah, that's implying the Zelda timeline was not confusing. It is confusing.
Seid bereit, Jungs! Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen! Wir haben unsere Ziele für Feuerbefehle! Feuer!
But yes, well, Amina's not here to mention it, so I will. In the Twilight Princess manga, because I want to mention this, the Twilight Princess manga actually has a very different ending. Well, okay, it's the same ending as the game, but the way the ending comes about is very different. In the manga, when Midna actually gets ready to leave and go back to the Twilight Realm, Link won't let her leave. She actively tells him, Link, step back. And he tells her no. Like, he refuses to let her leave. Either she leaves with him, or she doesn't leave at all. And she does kiss him, but in doing so, she shoves him out of the way so she can go back to the Twilight Realm and smash the mirror on the way out. So, it's a very touching scene, actually. Because he actively says, I don't care if I'm not meant to survive there. You're not going without me. Either you go with me, or you're staying, or either I go with you, or you're staying here. You're not leaving. Because he's been through too much with her. He doesn't want her to leave. Oh, it's fine. It's fine, Amina. Yes, thank you. It's in the manga. Now, who was the author of the manga, Fountain? I'm pretty sure you told me who it was. I just don't remember. The author had wrote something else, too. I just don't remember. The holder of the Triforce of Courage, everybody. Well, yeah, the reason he was like that is because he'd gone through all that shit with Midna, all of it, and now she was like, I've got to go back. He was like, absolutely fucking not. Not without me. And again, she's shocked by it, and she tells him, Link, step down. And he's like, no, I won't. Oh, yeah, oh... Yeah, the CBs. Yeah, they're cool, too. Alright, they called for a ceasefire, and I said no. So where's that quote from Jared? Where is it? I'm not accepting surrenders at this time. I want you to know failure, utter defeat, and that it is I who delivers it crashing down upon you. So they can attack me all they want, or waste all their supplies. I'm not going to let them get through. So, now, I should mention, just because you deny the ceasefire does not mean the battle, doesn't mean that, you know, they're going to keep throwing themselves at you. Now, they'll just stop attacking. They'll pull back to their own trenches and they'll wait. And then later they'll call for another ceasefire. So, we're just going to burn out the clock. Because my thought was that they would just keep attacking, but no, they actually pull back and they wait. So. All the better for me. I'm gonna drop gas on you guys.
Feuert auf diese Positionen vorbereiten. Feuerweite einleiten.
I can't see anything, but if there are guys there, they're dying. Man, what I wouldn't give for some deployable AA positions, but I know why they don't allow that, because that would be broken. The entire point of using bombers is to break your enemy's defenses and stuff, and just having the ability to, like, set up AA defenses and shoot them down would make them pointless, so... Alright, now we wait. Like I said, the AI will usually call for a ceasefire again closer to the end of the mission. But if they just want to burn out their supplies by keep calling in airstrikes on me, that's fine.
Mannschaften bereit. Auf Feuerweite vorbereiten. Alle Waffen abfeuern. Wir haben unsere Ziele.
I'm just picking random spots to drop artillery. Never know if you'll hit something. Now, the thing is, I can't call a ceasefire. If I click the button, it'll basically be me surrendering, and I don't want to do that. A surrender basically gives the enemy a rout victory, which means, or a sweep victory. It's a rout for us. It means we pull back from our defenses and give them everything, which I'm not going to do. It would also count as a great loss, so that's out of the question.
Bereit für Feuerbefehle. Ladet sie nach. Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen. Positionen vorbereitet. Feuerwalze auf diese Stellung.
Oh, no, they're, actually, they're not, because they had the, they had me outnumbered. Like, they had me massively outnumbered, and you could see, these are their losses. The darker part of the bar is your losses. So I've lost, a few men. They've lost a lot. And how this works here, the victory thing, it starts in the middle, and the more it swings towards your side, the better the victory. So right now, it is currently between a minor and a minor victory and a normal victory for me, which makes it either a minor loss or a loss for them. I wonder. Should be right there, I bet. Wonder if I can take that out.
Mannschaften bereit. Feuerwalze einleiten.
See if we can't take out the observation balloon with artillery. Probably not. Alright, yeah. Either time runs out or they call for another ceasefire. Hey, Thomas, how you doing, buddy? A field report? Well, hold on. Before you give it, hold on. There you go.
This is an order.
Send your field report. Steal. The strategic transfer of equipment to alternate locations. Ah, yes. You mean, drive it like you stole it.
Auf Feuerwalze vorbereiten. Abfeuern.
Well.
Verstärkung bereit.
Yeah, I think that'll do it. Because now we just gotta wait for... That is one thing, is that the AI will wait till like the last possible minute to ask for another ceasefire. When I think it should be like 5 minutes later they're asking for another one.
Wir haben neue Befehle.
Looks like this is where the lines used to be. Or the back of the lines, because these are all smashed artillery.
Wir sind unterwegs.
It'd be cool if we could actually see farther, but oh wait, you can. You can see farther by being up on the hill. Oh god, no! Now everyone can see us!
In Stellung gehen!
Well, they're not all dead. That's good. How goes Operation Steal Everything That Isn't Nailed Down? I think you've got me confused with someone else. This has been Operation War Crime, and I have committed many. I have gassed and lit on fire everything that I could. Someone's not getting the life medal. Okay, in my defense, I just wanted to get a look at the line. I didn't know those guys would have the range to shoot me. Also, you guys want to know what the most bullshit ability in this game is? When we get back to the main screen, when we get back to the tech research thing, I'll show y'all the most bullshit ability in this game. It is so dumb that I'm surprised people have not been complaining about it, because I think it's ridiculous. But I'll show you guys. Because it's so dumb. No, it's not the tanks. The tanks are busted, but if you know how to counter them, you can deal with them. No. It's actually the sniper ability. The sniper ability is so stupid. It's a worldwide ability, so when you get it, basically how I've always seen it is, if your enemy has it, your guys are just going to get shot. Basically, if they're running across no man's land or running across the map, even if there's nobody shooting at them or they're in range, they're going to start getting dinked off one after the other. Because apparently there are snipers shooting at them. And it works both ways. You can get it too, but it's so dumb. Like, you mean to tell me one person with a rifle, like, or a few guys with rifles are pinging off, like, 50 of my guys while we're running across open field? Sure, okay. We won a ceasefire. We ran out of time. Major victory. I don't know what song this is either. Wait, I've heard a slowed down version of this with the seagull marching. Yeah, that's the one I've heard. They limit it to only elites, though. Was oppressive when every company had... Ugh! God, yeah, I remember. Pepperidge Farms remembers. Oh, for Pete's sake, they're back!
I think this calls for a little history lesson.
Ah, alright, another history lesson. Oh! Huh. The timing is... Wow, the timing is so on point that it's sickening. Wow. So, oh boy. The Battle of the Somme begins, July 1916. The Allies agreed on joint offensives to press the Central Powers from all directions. Britain, France, Russia, and Italy would all attack at the same time at different locations. For Britain and France, that location was the Somme. More than 3 million men fought in the conflict. The Allies retook 6 miles of ground from Germany at a cost of 1/3 of the people who fought there. Yeah. 6 miles over a few months, and they lost 1 million men. And the British lost 80,000 men on the first day alone. It was that bad. But it was where tanks were first deployed. Yeah, speaking of which, the British have come up with a curious new weapon, a mobile armored fortress. While dangerous in combat, it is slow and actually requires extra wheels to help it turn. Destroy these metal beasts and show the British that they wasted their time. Except they didn't. Alright, next. Phosgene gas. Ching. And then we will get the gas masks. So, let's see. Trying to see if there's any men that I can transfer from anywhere.
Warten auf Befehle. Wir müssen los. Bereit machen. Jetzt aber im Laufschritt. Achtung! Ausrücken!
Nope. Stalemate. A minor loss. Oh, it's raining. Great. Okay. Wait a minute. Do we wait? Oh! Nope, nope, not a war crime. Undermining is not a war crime. We wait for the mustard gas. Undermining is not a war crime. Actually, I need to get the extra supplies anyway, so... Alright. Come on, boys. Let's make a little bit of noise. It is fun, Captain Crazy. It's it takes a bit to get going, but once it gets going, it's really fun. And once you unlock tanks, you basically already won. As long as you have enough of them, you've basically already won. And both sides get different kinds of tanks. The British get the Mark I and then later the Mark IV tank. The French get the Renault R35s. The British can also get the Whippet tank if you unlock it, and the Germans get the Sturmpanzerwagen, the metal box, and can also unlock the Flak Panzer, which is really good at shooting down airplanes. The Whippet is this ugly little box on treads that moves about 8 miles per hour and has nothing but machine guns on it. It's a cavalry tank. Will there be a Vickers tank? I don't know. I do know that the Mark I and the Mark IVs come in cannon and machine gun varieties. So you can have ones with the big guns or ones with just machine guns. Doesn't matter. Tanks are effective no matter what. Alright, boys. We got a lot of supply now, so, I will rain death and hellfire down upon thee. 10 days of bombardment.
Gefechtsbereit! Bereit für Befehle! Melde mich zum Dienst! Verstärkung macht Meldung! Verstärkung bereit!
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung.
We've spread ourselves very thin, but that's okay. I'm going to set up some defenses. Wait a minute. Let's put it here. There we go. The metal shield, like, the metal shield with wheels. "10 days of siege artillery. Destroy everything." How you like that?
Stop right there, criminal scum!
Wait, I'm sorry!
Breaks the law on my watch! I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
Resist arrest. You can't arrest a war criminal.
Bereit für Feuerbefehle. Feuer! Positionen vorbereiten. Feuert auf diese Stellung. Feuerwalze.
Blood for the blood god! Skulls for the skull throne!
So you guys can see all the damage we've done. All these craters along their trench lines have all been from our bombardment. Plan is just the same as before. Knock out the machine guns and move in and take one part of the trenches, and then we try to sweep into the other. Oh, real quick, before I forget.
Langstreckengranaten einpeilen.
Because fuck y'all.
Koordinaten für Salve eingestellt.
Dear grid coordinates, fuck everything downrange. Sincerely, Zaruk Windcaller.
Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen.
You guys ready to try out phosgene gas now?
Mannschaften bereit! Feuert auf diese Stellung!
Ooh, it's a different color. Oh, wow, that's killing them quick. Wow. Could someone actually do me a favor and look up what phosgene is, please? I know it's a chemical, but I want to know what kind... Oh, shit. That's a tank. That is a Mark I tank. It's only got machine guns, but it's still scary if it gets close. First of all, it shouldn't move that quick, but, you know, it's a video game. Oh, so phosgene was the big killer, not mustard gas. Oh, good. Good. Very good.
Seid bereit, Jungs! Bereit für Feuerwalze! Feuerwalze! Bereit für Feuerbefehle! Feuerwalze! Alle Waffen abfeuern!
The tanks are heavily vulnerable to, are really vulnerable to heavy artillery, so if you hit them long enough, you'll kill them. He must be on patrol. Well. Alright, enough screwing around.
Ladet sie nach! Gasgranaten klar machen! Wir haben unsere Ziele! Positionen vorbereiten! Gasgranaten laden! Feuer!
Come on, boys.
Bereit für Befehle! Bewegt euch! Wir halten hier die Stellung!
Hey, look, there's another one.
Mannschaften bereit. Feuert auf diese Stellung. Seid bereit, Jungs. Für Bereichsfeuerwalze. Laden. Feuerwalze einleiten. Neue Befehle gehen ein. Warten auf Befehle. Haltet euch ein, Jungs. Bereit machen. Nehmt den Graben ein. Achtung. Linie bemannen.
Yeah, here come the tanks. Surprisingly, flamethrowers don't work on tanks.
Bereit für Befehle. Neue Befehle gehen. Position bestätigt. Position einnehmen. Warten auf Befehle. In Stellung gehen.
So in this game, tanks do two things. Not only do they cause massive morale damage to your troops, or to the enemy, depending on who's using them, but they can also, but their weapons basically make them effective against emplacement. So machine guns, mortars, it don't matter. And the problem is if you don't have raider infantry, the best way to kill them is just drop heavy artillery on them. Well, that's the thing. The mortars are anti-tank. The mortars will punch right through a tank's armor if you got a few of them. Tanks are heavily vulnerable to mortars. Okay, we got the position. Nice. We'll have to drop more artillery over here to get rid of this tank. We also need to kill that MG, but the problem is all the trenches were destroyed in the bombardment, so we'd have to rush the trench over open ground, and that's a bad idea. Or rush the MG over open ground, and that's a bad idea. Hold the phone. Bye-bye.
Achtung, grabt euch ein, Jungs!
Bye-bye. Wait. Here it comes. There we go. I hate how you can hear the screams. Alright, then. Most of the trenches over here. Oh, wait. Here comes another tank. I don't see what HP this one's at. Wait, it's smoking, so I think it's damaged. Is it? Get out of the fog of war and let me look. Okay, fine. Play that way. That's one dead tank. Took a lot of our... Here's the thing. Tanks are expensive. Even though that cost me a lot of heavy artillery to take out, they are expensive. So losing one is a heavy blow. I hate how you can hear the screams. Tell me you're not a Crusader Kings player without saying you're not a Crusader Kings player. Yeah, well, I'm not. Crusader Kings, I think, is a bit too complicated for me. Though I have seen the Reddit posts. I have seen the Crusader King relic posts, and those The Crusader King's relic posts are Reddit posts are hilarious. I love all of them. Oh, is this some kind of counterattack? Oh, let me help you with that.
Positionen auf Gasgranaten vorbereiten. Feuert auf diese Stellung.
Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party.
Alright, I need blocking forces. Oh, right, this.
Für Feuerweite, laden! Alle Waffen abfeuern! Bereit für Feuerbefehle!
Kindly stop shooting my men.
Warten auf Befehle.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Bereit an der Linie. Wir haben neue Befehle. An die Linie. Warten auf Befehle.
Ladet sie nach. Koordinaten für Feuerweite prüfen.
There we go. Dead now. Just in time, too. Here comes trouble. Schnell, schnell. Come on, men. Burn them. Okay, I just noticed that's really fucked up. If they die from a flamethrower, their models literally turn black and they disintegrate. That is really fucked up. Hoi 4 games are hilarious. I will never get over how crazy, how much modding you can do to Hoi 4, because I know about Equestria at War. And I've read over the whole thing, and it amazes me in how much detail those guys went into to make that thing a reality. They didn't have to do that much creativity, but they did. Here come some more Frenchmen. Burn them in holy fire. Alright, so, if all goes according to plan, we may, well, I say that. Oh, they're sending more. Oh, it's an elite unit now. Oh, they've taken me seriously.
Positionen vorbereiten. Mannschaften Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen. Alle Waffen abfeuern! Seid bereit für Feuerwalze! Wir haben unsere Ziele! Feuerwalze klar machen! Ladet sie nach! Auf Feuerwalze vorbereiten! Feuert auf diese Stelle!
I'm just gonna keep dropping artillery on them at this point. We've already got a position. And every time they throw someone at us, they die. So... The French are so inconsiderate when we invite them over for our barbecue. God, that is so messed up. But I mean, it's true. So you guys don't understand. A French person is literally the type of, well, okay. The stereotype is that a French person will invite themselves to will invite themselves to something, even if you invite them. And when you ask them what they brought, they'll say that they brought themselves. But to be fair, that's not a fair stereotype. I've been to Paris. I've met a bunch of French people. To be honest, are they a little uptight? Yeah. Are they a little snooty? Yeah. But that's also what they thought of me. Like, when they found out I was an American, they're like, oh, one of them. But here's the thing. All I showed them was that, hey, I'm interested in your culture and your history, and I'm trying to learn your language. And then they were extremely friendly. Though Paris is basically just New York, but cleaner. That's literally Paris in a nutshell. New York, but cleaner. They're still good people, though. I had a good time. My whole family did. Oh, wow, they're actually... Oh, wow, they're throwing everything at us. They're actually realizing that I can just pound them with artillery, so they're actually launching a full-scale attack. Or a counterattack. Sorry, boys, but I can't give up this position. Burn them. To be fair, when I was in Paris and attempted to speak French, like, my family and I were trying to, we were trying to get directions, like, a good route to the Arc de Triomphe. We walked into this little cafe, and we spoke a little, my mother was speaking a little bit of French to the guy, and he was reciprocal. He understood we were, new, trying to figure it out. And eventually my mom got exhausted and she was like, "Parlez-vous anglais?" And in perfect English, the guy's like, "No, I do not." And he was great. He was really nice to us. And he goes, "Where are you from?" And we're like, "Oh, we're from America." He's like, "Well, I figured that." He goes, "What part of America?" And we mentioned that we were from the Southeast. He's like, "Ah." He goes, "I actually have family that lives in the Southeast." And he explained that he has family that lived in Louisiana, which I was very surprised by. I was like, "But you don't have the accent." He's like, "No, I've lived here most of my life. Parts of my family live in Louisiana. They have the accent you're thinking of." Good news is that if I ever visit, a lot of people in Louisiana speak French. Just with a, what's the term? Cajun? And I was like, Cajun. He's like, "Thank you, a Cajun accent." It was super cool, though. It was the, Yeah. It was, honestly, though, it was the British people who were a lot more fun. Because my family's also been to London. That was our huge thing. When I was born, my mother and father saved up money so we could eventually, well, it wasn't just when I was born. When I was born, my mom and dad made a promise that eventually we would all go to Europe at some point. Then then we all started collecting money, I think by the time I was around, like, 13 or something. So we all saved up money for a few years. Then we went to Paris and to London. So we went to Paris, then took the Channel, which is that huge subway line underneath the English Channel and came to London. The people in Britain, God, where do I start? First of all, people in Britain are a lot more friendly. But we were told day one, we're like, look, don't be out after dark. Even if you're in London, you do not want to be out after dark. Just go, whatever apartment or place you're renting out, get back there before it gets dark, because the gangs like to come after travelers, which I don't know if that was true or not, because we never stuck around to find out. But yeah, the British people always thought we were hilarious, because whenever they'd asked us where we were from, we would tell them, to put this in perspective, I don't live there anymore. So if y'all are curious, you're not going to find me there. But we would always say, oh, we're from Birmingham. And they're like, oh, Birmingham. And we're like, no. Birmingham, Alabama in the United States. And they're like, oh, that place. There was one guy who knew where that was. Everyone else was just like, oh, it's just another state in the U.S. I will also admit it was kind of funny to go to I forgot the name of it, but it's that massive department store in London that's like 3 stories tall. And we went there one day. We were going to get my brother and I were looking to get our mother a Christmas present. And while we're there, the guy, like the floor manager who's going around talking to all the visitors, spots my brother wearing his Manchester United jacket. For those who don't know, Manchester United is a soccer team. And the manager comes over and tugs on my brother's jacket. And it's like, what's this? And my brother tells him, oh, it's my good jacket. And the guy, without skipping a beat, is like, oh, so your Liverpool jacket's back home in the wash. And I was confused. My brother laughed and then had to explain. He's like, yeah, Liverpool and Manchester United people do not get along at all. Like, at all. And I'm like, okay. I'll take your word for it. But yeah, got taken around town by a cabbie who was super chill. My brother and my dad went to a soccer game, to a soccer game. So my mom and I got to tour around London. Cabbie was super nice, super informative. And when we asked him where a good place to go to eat was, he's like, well, there's a few places I can recommend, or I could take you to where all the cabbies go. Where we go usually has the best stuff. So we went with him to this little, Thomas knows this story because I've told it to him. So we went to this little, how do I describe this place? If you live in the southeast United States, you probably know what a Golden Corral is. But think of basically a place that's literally just nothing but buffets. It's like nothing but multiple types of food set. It's a buffet place. You come to the entrance, pay a set of money, and then you can go eat off the buffet. That's basically what it was. But the craziest thing about it was was all the suggestive artwork. All of it. Every painting and picture and newspaper clipping that they had in that place was some kind of suggestive or dirty joke. All of it. Like, even the tablecloths were made out of, out of comic panels, and they were all dirty jokes. Like, British humor is filthy, and I fucking love it. Like, it was great. I want to go back sometime, but, here's the funny thing I've told people. It's kind of a weird thing about me, but it's just the way I see things. It's weird. So, I love different cultures and different parts of the world and all their heritage and everything and their history. But here's the thing. I hate traveling. I really do. I am not a big travel guy. Like, going across state lines, that's okay. But going, to another country or something, kill me. I'm just not good at traveling. And I know someone somewhere is going to be like, that makes no sense, Zaruk. You're a history guy. I thought you'd like traveling. No. Traveling and I do not get along with it very well. I don't know why. We just don't.
Verstärkung bereit.
I wish I could tell you why. I just don't know.
bereit. Bereit für Befehle.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung.
All right, let's reinforce these.
Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
So we're actually not going to deploy artillery in this one because the rain actually makes artillery less effective, and the rain also means no aircraft because the aircraft can't take off in the rain. So this is going to make things a little bit easier for us.
Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit.
Gefechtsbereit.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung.
Bereit für Befehle. Melde mich zum Dienst.
All right, let's go. Yeah, it's just traveling and I just don't get along. I don't know why, we just don't. It's not an uncommon thing either. A lot of people have told me that they're in the same boat. They're history people, they just don't like traveling. And I don't know why, I just don't. That said, that's not to say that I'm not willing to travel to expand my horizons. I'm always doing that. I've told you guys before, learning about cultures and histories is important because that way it broadens your view on things. The worst thing you can do, like the ultimate grievance that I have against people, is that we live in a time, like, if you guys will allow the imp to get on his soapbox for a minute. We live in a time where information is readily available to everyone. There is no reason why you can't learn something. So, the fact that some people choose to stay in their bubbles and learn nothing about the rest of the world, learn nothing about other people, and just keep to these ideas that they think they know are right for their whole life, i.e. racism and all that other shit, confuses me. Because it's one thing, look, it's one thing to not know something, to not know about how something is done, or to not know how things are done. Okay, fine. Fair enough. No one's perfect. It's another thing altogether to choose to be willfully ignorant. Like, to choose to be an idiot. That's unforgivable. You choose not to learn. Oh god, that's a rolling barrage. Yep, that's a rolling barrage. And they got a tank. Thankfully, I have mortars. There we go, tank destroyed.
Befehle gehen ein. Feuerbereit machen. Wir können nicht gewinnen.
Alright, that rolling barrage and that tank actually let them grab some of the lines.
Befehle gehen ein.
Let's take them back. I've left continental Europe exactly once, so I'm kind of guilty of not broadening my horizons the way you do. Well, again, we live in a time and age where you don't have to leave your home to broaden your horizons. You can find stuff on YouTube or just researching stuff to learn more about people and places. Like, again, the sin, or not a sin, but rather the crime is not doing that. Choosing to be ignorant, choosing not to learn. I had someone actually ask me once, like, how come you're always watching a documentary or some history thing? Because I always want to be learning something. That's why. I don't need a reason to learn.
Verstärkung bereit.
Alright, so we're not going to be able to take these two, because if we get up out of our trenches, they'll shoot us. So the best thing we can do is just reinforce what we've got.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
And yeah, Fountain is right. Video essays are fun. Like, again, oversimplified, overly oversimplified, extra history, overly sarcastic productions. There's so much stuff you can check out now, like, on YouTube now, where you can learn stuff. So there's really no excuse for it. Oh, great, another one. Concentrate fire on the tank. Take it out. There we go. One dead tank. That was actually quick. Must have hit something important. God, how many mortars do you guys have? Yeah, overly sarcastic productions are great. Red and blue, like, Red's covers of books and plays, and Blue's cover of history is just, again, the classics. Like, classical stuff. Again, there's no reason not to learn in today's day and age. You do yourself a disservice by not learning.
Wir haben neue Befehle.
And granted, I'll be the first to admit, a lot of the stuff that you like learning about now, people don't care about. They don't want to know about all the classical literature. They don't want to know all that stuff. Okay, fine. But learn so you can better yourself and find people who share your interests. You can have multiple interests. Like, example. Y'all know me as a VTuber, but you know I love history, you know I love video games, but I also like cooking. I also love reading. I'm also a writer. I wish I was better at it, but I know how to write. I'm pretty good. I'm a pretty good writer. And I'm also consider myself a storyteller. That's why Zara and Zaruk both have such in-depth backstories. I wanted them to be interesting to people. I didn't want them to be boring. Because, here's the thing. And I'm not bad-mouthing any VTubers out there, but sometimes, with exception to certain people, how do I put this? How do I put this delicately? I think just being like, saying, oh, I'm a god VTuber, or I'm a demon VTuber, with no offense to Pun, let's address that right now. Pun actually has a backstory to his character, and actually has character. But other VTubers who are just like, oh, I'm a demon VTuber, or I'm a god or goddess VTuber. That's boring. I'm sorry, it's boring. Again, choosing a god or a goddess or something just tells me that you're completely unoriginal and you lack creativity. You just went with something that just, you know, you're like, oh, it's powerful and everyone knows what it is. Okay, yeah, because you couldn't come up with anything else. Yeah, I just think it looks neat. Okay, great. But there's more to being a VTuber than just looking cool. I mean, on the opposite side of the spectrum, you have people who make VTuber models just to look sexy. But, again, playing devil's advocate. Funny. Playing devil's advocate. Some people can do that and make and still be really entertaining. Glaze comes to mind. Like, Glaze is hilarious. Like, everyone knows her as the laughing cow VTuber, but Glaze is not only hilarious, Glaze is an ass kicker at fighting games. So, yeah. Again, I want more than that. I want character. I want backstory. I want, you know, and I'm not expecting you guys to learn all of it. I just want my characters to be alive. Know what I mean? That's a good one, though, Red Mage. A wandering scholar who's, like, been, like, again, a wandering scholar's cool because then you can be like, oh, I've been everywhere. I've seen everything. And it's, you know, and a wandering scholar, you know, can, like, speak different languages, might have a different perspective than most. Maybe dresses differently because they've been all over. Maybe they incorporate, like, different designs and styles from all over the world. You know, that kind of stuff. That's true, Fleppo, and Glaze also does a lot of YouTube stuff now. So, but Glaze is cool. Honestly, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I think Glaze is the one thick tuber that has like no drama around her. Glaze is just so chill and so cool that drama just avoids her because there's nothing to grab onto. Like, there's nothing to make a fuss about because Glaze is just cool. So, anyway, let's make that tank go away. Yes, she is. Wish I could say that about some of the people she associates with, but hey, I'm not naming names. We're talking, Glaze herself is cool. Your smoke doesn't protect you from fire! Burn!
Bereit machen. Wir haben neue Befehle. Warten auf Befehle. Das ist zu viel! Rückzug! Bereit machen!
Achtung!
I love how the mortars just keep them suppressed. Sure, we'll accept that. Man, that cost them a lot. Big hee-hoo cow. Yeah. Plus, hearing Glaze laugh is just invigorating. Whenever she laughs, it's usually at something really funny. But mark my words, chat. When Dragon Ball Z Budokai 4 comes out, I will have my revenge. I will crush Glaze in Budokai 4 when it comes out. I can't beat her at Fighters. I can't beat her at other stuff. I will beat her at Budokai. I swear that I will. Again. Cash. Oh, yeah, our gold reserves dropped. Yeah. All right. I think we got time for another battle or two. Let's see. What's next on the list? Let me think. Honestly, I'm not sending my guys in when the gas is being deployed, so we'll wait another turn and then get mustard gas. When I get that, well, yeah. I'm basically committing the ultimate war crime at that point. Yeah, you're spying on me. Who isn't? Stalemate. Another stalemate. It's October. Local black market. Ooh, hello. Well then, in that case... Your death is inevitable. Oh god, it's raining! Shit! I can't attack with the rain. It'll... Great. Rain weakens artillery. So if I attack now, I'm wasting it. I'm basically wasting it. Damn it! Your laugh creeps people out. Look, I've heard laughs that literally like could be considered an evil laugh. I'm sure you're fine, Captain Crazy. Pictures of me an XL Zara PNG. I don't think you understand. The Zara PNG can't get any bigger. The artist literally said that was the biggest dumpy he'd ever drawn for a PNG. It cannot get any bigger. The only option there the only other option would be to find someone who would be willing to do a live 2D VTuber model of Zara. And I'm going to let y'all know now, that's never going to happen. This is my channel, not Zara's. Sorry, that's never going to happen. Time to find a new artist. Yeah. Well, when you find one, let me know. Good luck with that, though. Alright. What's this? No, we don't need that. Let's go with, no. I need more gold, so we're gonna go with that. Alright, time to attack. Let's go, boys. Hey, Pun! How you doing? You're just in time to see me commit the ultimate war crime. I've got mustard gas on standby. I've got flamethrower troops. I am going to violate so many rules of war. Well, Jared, link me their info later then. I'll keep it saved. Alright. So, we've got them outnumbered here. They've only got 6 core. We have way more than that. But by rules of the War Crime Challenge, I'm only allowed to use flamethrower troops on the attack. But, the thing is, our trenches are already built. So, first things first, I want a 10-day bombardment. No, make it 12. I want 12 days of bombardment on these guys. Then I need heavy artillery. There we go. I'm gonna need an observation balloon so I can see what we're doing.
Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Gefechtsbereit. Bereit für Befehle. Melde mich zum Dienst.
Okay. Now we just need to fill the gaps with other guys. Just in case they decide to do something crazy.
Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party. Melde mich zum Dienst. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
Now, you'll probably notice the defenses are cheaper. It's because of the black market thing. When a black market pops up, everything's cheaper. So, alright. We have defenses set up. Let's give it a shot. Yes, 67,500 men just watching the stormtroopers do their thing. There's our 12-day bombardment. Look at all this stuff that's being destroyed. There we go. Send to the barrage balloon if there's anything left. Which there is. There always is. Let's see. I see... Oh, they've moved over to mortar positions instead of MG. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll flatten that too. But first, let's see what this looks like, shall we? It better be yellow. Yep, there it is. It's yellow. That's mustard gas, all right. Oh my god! Wow, that was quick. Wow, that was... Wow, that was... Okay. That was extreme. Y'all saw how quick that was. That didn't take long at all. Damn. Well then. Alright, we missed one. Oh, they're bringing in more dudes. Yes, please, bring more men to the... Nope. Stop. I was about to make a very bad joke. No, we're not going to do that. I'll definitely get a strike if I say that. We're not going to do that. Well, I know there's probably more guys back here. Yep, because you could still get it. You could still jump in those trenches, so... Up.
Positionen vorbereiten. Feuerwalze. Mannschaften bereit. Wir haben unsere Feuerwalze vorbereiten. Bereit für Feuerbefehle. Gasgranaten klar machen. Auf diese Stellung. Gasgranaten Feuerwalze einleiten. Positionen vorbereiten. Alle Waffen abfeuern.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Don't worry. I caught myself. You know what I was saying, but I'm not going to say that.
Die Generäle wollen diesen Abschnitt haben.
Well, if there are any guys in those trenches, they're dead now. Oh god, that's so fast. I mean, as it should be. It's mustard gas. Which, by the way, unlike chlorine and phosgene gas, there was no way to stop mustard gas's effects.
Bereit machen.
Even the best gas mask couldn't stop it.
Wählt eure Ziele. Bereit für Befehle. Nehmt den Graben ein. Neue Befehle gehen ein. Warten auf Befehle. Position einnehmen. Bereit machen. Wir halten hier. Achtung. Grabt euch ein, Jungs. Bereit für Befehle. Auf sie, Männer.
You guys gonna attack them or not?
Neue Befehle gehen ein.
Yep.
Mannschaften bereit. Gasgranaten vorbereiten. Unsere Ziele. Warten auf Befehle. Seid bereit, Jungs. Laden. Feuer! Bereit machen. Nehmt den Graben ein. Achtung! Linie bemannen. Bereit für Befehle. Bewegt euch. Wir halten hier die Stellung.
Alright, well, they're not going to attack. It's because they're spawning, technically, so they won't attack yet.
Wir müssen los. Position einnehmen.
Oh yeah, in 1918, I'm going to be shoved in a hurt locker if I'm not winning by then. Okay, we've taken the position. Oh, I wonder what happened to those guys. All right. We need to advance. So I can't see anything over here, so we're basically acting blind at the moment.
Neue Befehle gehen ein.
That smoke should have worn off by now. Yeah, there it goes.
In Stellung gehen.
Let's clear the blockhouse. Oh, good grief, enough! I get it. You're dropping artillery on me, but it's not going to stop me. Alright, best thing to do now is, use the meat shields, I mean the conscripts, to scout.
Achtung! Bewegt euch! Wir müssen los! Wir haben neue Befehle. Letzter beim Laufschritt.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Aha! There's one unit.
Wir haben neue Befehle.
Alright, pull back. I see him. Thank you for revealing yourselves. Bye-bye now.
Warten auf Befehle. Wir halten hier die Stellung. Bereit machen. An die Linie. Achtung! Feuerstellung einnehmen. Warten auf Befehle.
Ladet sie nach. Bereit machen. Kat euch ein, Jungs. Positionen vorbereiten. Laden. Feuerwalze einleiten.
Yeah, burn them out. With most of the trenches smashed, there's no real safe way to navigate. Oh, you fools! Yes, go ahead, wander into the mustard gas. Go ahead. That's fine. Yeah, they're dead. Bye. Bye-bye. You have a good one too, Pun. Have a great night. Talk to you later, bud. Thanks for swinging by. I appreciate it. Alright. We will wait for the mustard gas to disperse, and then we will move on to our next position. In the meantime...
Achtung! Nehmt den Graben ein! Bereit für Befehle. Linie bemannen. Neue Befehle gehen ein. Warten auf Befehle. Bereit machen. Position einnehmen. Achtung!
Uh-oh. I saw that.
Bereit für Befehle. In Stellung gehen. Flammenwerfer bereit machen.
Alright, well they didn't get close enough. I mean, they did, but they're not going to do anything.
Mannschaften Gasseile bereit machen. Alle Waffen abfeuern! Seid bereit, Jungs! Auf Gasgranaten vorbereiten! Neue Befehle gehen ein, Jungs! Warten auf Befehle. Nehmt den Graben ein!
Alright, well we know there's some guys there, and we know there's some guys in here. Where's that artillery coming from? I don't know. It's killing my guys, though.
Positionen vorbereiten für Feuerwalze prüfen. Feuert auf diese Stellung. Bereit machen. Linie bemannen. Achtung! Position einnehmen.
Burn! Sir? Sorry, you can turn your flamethrower off now. Okay, or not.
Bereit für Befehle.
Where are you guys going?
Neue Befehle gehen ein.
Are they making a run for the blockhouse? Okay. Well,
In Stellung gehen.
I'm gonna come take it from you, so... Take it from them, boys.
Warten auf Befehl. Habt euch ein, Jungs.
I love how their response to this attack is literally just drop artillery on them. That'll make them go away. Well, guess what? It won't.
Nehmt den Graben ein. Achtung, Linie bemannen.
I'm afraid it's going to take more than that.
Bereit für Befehle. Position einnehmen.
Move up to the next one. Ah, there's the artillery.
Mannschaften bereit. Feuerweise.
Surprise, my British friends.
Neue Befehle gehen ein. In Stellung gehen.
I admire their dedication, but it will avail them nothing.
Warten auf Befehle. Jungs.
Yes, please, run through the mustard gas. Imagine being a poor Frenchman who literally just ran through a mustard gas attack. Your eyes are burning, your lungs are burning, you can't see, every part of you hurts, only to walk through the smoke or the gas and find yourself face to face with a dude's flamethrower pointed right at you. God, that would suck. Have a good night, Captain Crazy.
Bereit machen. Nehmt den Graben ein. Linie bemannen. Position einnehmen. Achtung, diese Stellung gehört uns.
Why are you idiots getting out of the trench? I just told you to move to another one.
Bereit für Befehle. Neue Befehle gehen ein. Grabt euch ein, Jungs.
Fine, if you're gonna jump out, get to that one so we can stop this artillery. You guys good? Get your pathfinding working. This is one thing I've actually made a report about, is that I hate the pathfinding in this game. These guys don't just run to their objective. No, they run towards it, then when they're all out of the trench, they group up into their proper formation, and then they go. And I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Warten auf Befehle. Angriff!
Angriff!
Nehmt den Graben ein. Bereit für Feuer.
Thanks for exposing yourself, idiot.
Auf Feuerweite. Positionen vorbereiten. Feuert auf diese Stellung.
Oh yeah, here's the mass allied counterattack.
Achtung! Linie bemannen! Position einnehmen! Bereit für Befehle! In Stellung gehen! Grabt euch ein, Jungs!
Alright, if they keep bringing in guys, we're just going to have to call for a ceasefire, because I can't take the command trench if they keep bringing in more forces. We'll get overrun.
Bereit für Feuerbefehle! Neue Befehle gehen ein.
Alright. Might as well give it the old college try. Take it, boys. Okay, we got it. The question is, can we take it before they send more guys to take it back?
Bereit machen.
Nope, here they come. Yeah, they're gonna take it back. Yep. There's never any doubt about that. Alright, ceasefire. Still a victory, though. I would have preferred more, but hey, you take what you can get. At least we know the mustard gas works. Quite well, honestly. As long as we got enough supply to keep using it, we'll be okay. Alright. And with that, I think we're going to call it here for the night. Let me save here. Yep. We only jumped ahead a few months and nothing has changed. I mean, we've got new toys to play with, but the maps are unchanged. As it should be in a World War I game. Alright. So y'all stick around. We are going to raid somebody. Let me see who is available right now. We could go raid Pun, because he was here. That might be cool. Let me see who else is available. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun tonight. Thank you all for the subs and for the bits. It means a lot. I'm glad you all had a great time with that. Let's see, who is available? Let me see here. Let's see. You know what? Let's see, come on. Hold on a minute. You know what? Hey, don't go yet, Fleppo. We're gonna go raid my friend Keldrick, who's playing Cursed Halo. So we're gonna go do that. More Cursed Halo action. And no problem, Raleigh. It means a lot that you guys like it so much. All right, let me see here. Yep. So Keldrick is doing Cursed Halo. Let's get this started. As always, I've been Zaruk Windcaller. It's been a privilege and a pleasure to entertain all of you. I hope you all had a great time and learned something. And remember, the memories you make in life, good and bad, make you who you are. Don't change them for anything. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow for more Grandia. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.